Welcome everybody to the second part of the Coming Into Mastery series. This is sense navigation, and it's navigating by senses. And as you know, we have the five senses of the human body. We have the hearing, the smell, the taste, the touch, feel. And then you have the sixth sense that you had heard about, that people had heard about. And as we know in Coming Into Mastery, we know what that sixth sense is all about. And it's a knowing without knowing. It goes beyond the mind. And so normally when circumstance would happen, you'd have to sit there and it would settle in. And then you go through a process of thinking, of going through the mental process. How am I going to get it through this? What do I need to do next? And with this, basically a perfect example is the way that this video came about today is that this morning I woke up and I had a webinar planned with a couple of my friends in Germany to do something, a webinar on abuse. And we had all set up. They already did it. It went great. But I had some technical issues. Now, normally, if I was locked into my five senses, into mental and thinking and feeling mode, I'd only be limited with that. And I'd go through, I'm the type of person, when it comes to technical stuff, I want somebody else to come in and handle that, because I'm busy really working on other levels, and it would be best to have somebody else to do that for me. So I'm not the best to deal with that. When it happens on a normal level, I'm like, oh, what am I going to do? With the sense navigation, I took it and I said, okay, well, that's not going to happen for me today. So what I'm going to do is I sensed into it, and I just felt that I'm going to make the part 2 video of this series of sense navigation, because this is a perfect example. I could have gotten thrown off my path and sat and wallowed into, okay, what can I do to do this? Of course, I am going to work on that. That's all going to be taken care of. But I would be sitting there. But what I did is I moved the energies. I just kept it moving. And so here I am. So sense navigation is sensing, just knowing, sensing going around, not finding yourself in the same territory as the group, the herd. Like say, for instance, you're in a shopping place and there's a whole bunch of people going into one entrance. Well, your master sense kicks in, your sense of navigation kicks in, and you all of a sudden you're like, wait, that voice goes, go around here, take this door, take that way, and you go around and you find you have not only avoided things that you didn't need to go into, to run into, that you got there easy and it was graceful, and you worked through senses instead of sitting there with everybody else just waiting through time and space, a linear way of moving. So that's a good example. Also, you find yourself just showing up. You're just there and you don't know why. Like, you find yourself doing something now and you don't know why, but then you find out after. It's an amazing thing what happens, because you'll find yourself going through the motions. And I had used the example of the puppeteer with the puppet. It's almost like, well, where's the puppeteer? I mean, here's the puppet. Okay, it's both. Once you move into the master sense, the sense of navigation, you realize that yes, you are the puppeteer, the puppet, the whole scene, everything combined. And so you're choreographing this whole thing as you're moving through it at the same time. So there's the sense, and it goes way beyond thought and heart-mind connection even. It goes beyond that. It goes beyond even images, if you will. You don't even need to work with, okay, I'm going to settle in and have this image come to me and then I know where to go. No, you don't even need to do that even. I mean, that's valid. All of it's valid. It's just working with sense navigation. It comes like this. It's beyond anything we have really used as a collective, I guess, if you will. There's many people that have been coming and gone in the world that have used this way of navigation, and so they are masters living in a human body. You know how to navigate, and you use every circumstance, every situation that comes your way. Have it be a person that's in your life, and that's happening and going on with people, or actually with an inanimate object like technology, like I had this morning. So you navigate with it and you use it. So whatever happens, you use it. So there's no issues. There's never any problems. You work with it. And that's working with synchronicity and coincidence and how it happens right on the spot. And okay, here's my map that I'm using within the present moment. And so I'm going to use the map I have now, and I'm going to navigate through a sense of knowing. What I do, and I don't punch into a clock because I don't work a regular job. And so I sense, okay, I close my eyes, or I'm in my quiet space, and I sense into it. How is this week going to happen for me? And I can sense, I can feel. It's got a certain kind of, not a weight, but it has a presence to it. And as you feel into this, that sense, you just start to realize, okay, this is happening this week. You may not know the actual people that may be involved in it, the actual event that's happening, but you know that you're going to be busy, and it's going to come anyway. And it is all part of just trusting and knowing and having faith that it all works out anyway in the end, no matter what happens. So I know we're all going through stuff right now. We continue to go through these things, and the human will go through these things, and then it will get better. And so that's the whole thing of coming into mastery, because eventually my series will change, not being coming into it. We will start working within a quantum series that I'll have later on. That I can sense right now into. If I sense into it, I can sense into this thing called the future, into my upcoming series after this. But anyway, for the summary of this, is basically working through a sense navigation. You work through beyond the five senses, and it's a knowing beyond knowing. It goes beyond mental thinking, a linear A, B, C, D way of moving. I can sense into the evening tonight, and I can sense, and almost can come as a smell. If you want to bring your five senses into it, you can almost smell it coming, or hear it coming. I mean, some people have talents like that. But regardless, what I'm talking about here is actually feeling, not feeling, but sensing into just knowing that where you need to go, you just move. And energy, all energy requires movement, really. And if not, I mean, it's really just neutral until it's activated. So you, through this knowing and then moving through sense navigation, you're constantly activating the energy to be of a higher frequency, because you're always moving through it, with it, going around circumstances that you don't need to have yourself with anymore. Really. And so, anyway, it's happening to us. So it's a great thing. It's not something you have to think about. But to sum up this whole part 2 of sense navigation is that's basically it. It's just a knowing. It's just a knowing. So with that being said, I'm going to let you go today with all that. And I look forward to having you here and join me next time. If you want to join me on my YouTube channel, please subscribe. And you don't have to. You don't have to go in. You can, your privacy can remain, as is. And come in, talk to me whenever you want. I'm on Facebook. Come into my website whenever you want. Give me a message, and we can get talking if you need a little bit of that 10-finger boost that we talked about in part 1. And we'll go from there, guys. So thank you very much today for joining me, and I look forward to next time. Namaste.